Hey guys, welcome back for another episode. So today before I talk about today's subject, can you please smash that like button and also please subscribe because it'll help out the channel. So on today we're going to be doing a movie review and it's going to be on the movie Tenet. Now this movie is supposed to be one of the latest movies from Christopher Nolan, and I gotta be honest with you. From when I saw like the trailer for it and stuff, it was definitely intriguing that they were having with the whole slow down effect going on with the cars going backwards or like the main character fighting against this one of the guardsmen and literally them going backwards and they're losing like they're going backwards in the fight and stuff like that. Just in the trailer alone it was nice, but in the movie it takes place like in modern times where you've got this guy who he's this type of field agent, and I don't remember what agency he really works for, but he's like one of those like government type of field agents, and he's running around, just doing this errand, trying to find out him, and he hires his other guy to I guess help him find out you know what is so important about this device, which is as the name of the movie was named Timid. And when you're first like seeing it, you're thinking like, okay, you're following this guy, and you're thinking he's trying to play the hero role, but at the same time, like, the story is jumping all over the place. Like, I just felt like a lot of times, like, you know, a lot of times you were following the character, and then you were in some ways like it's like you were reappearing. It was like in some ways the story was kind of going in circles because just the way how things were going through in like certain ways, like for instance, like I could tell you, like in the beginning of the movie, there's almost like a terrorist act that's going on, and you see the main actor, he's running into he's waiting for the other guys to show up. They show up, and then they go and follow all these other SWAT man team members that come in, and basically they get into place, they break off from the main unit, and they start looking for the main guy that they need to look for in order to get the information they need extracted from him. They get to him. They save him from last. They get to him. They get him kind of like away from the danger. But you start to see a little bit of it in it when the main actor got in trouble. Like when he literally got in trouble, the guy was pointing the gun to his head and he was like, "Don't move," or "Don't touch don't touch device," because the main actor was like, "Look, I gotta get all these bombs out of here," and he basically just saved thousands. He saved hundreds of people's lives by basically him and his team working together, wrapping up all the bombs together and throwing them onto the second floor to basically prevent from everyone being killed and like say saving. But I thought that was like, that was a little bit that was a little that was a little bit of intense. But I thought like the parts that was like crazy was like, it was where like, okay, after it was kind of after that where like, okay, you found out like he kind of messed up, he got caught, and now he's like my identity is basically no more because people think he's dead. And now it's like, okay, you tell me about this new technology, or this device that kind of gives you this type of ability to kind of rewind things backwards as long as you don't touch it. And then and then as you're going through the movie, it's kind of like a little mini roller coaster you're going on, because you're seeing like, you're seeing things happening. And at first it's not like too crazy, but then once they start doing these major set pieces that start to impact their lives, and then you see how it's connected from the middle part of the movie towards the end of the movie. It's like, wow. It's like I wouldn't say it was too satisfying, but I was just saying that like a lot of the story was just jumping all over the place. And a lot of times you're just like, for me personally, it was just like I could have just I could have just waited for this just to come out on stream or on DVD instead of went to go watch it. I mean, like, I was happy to go see it because like the special effects I thought were really good. The sound I thought was good. I felt like the dialogue was a little bit on the quiet side for some aspects of it. And then there were some parts where like the sound was so loud I couldn't really hear some of the actors say some of their lines. Depending on certain scenes that were going on, like it just felt like the sound level of other noises that they were going on through the movie were much louder than what you were hearing from the actual director, from the actual actors who were actually talking. So like it's a movie I probably would definitely need to see again just to get a full, because usually with like with a lot of Christopher Nolan movies, a lot of times there's usually he's usually trying to tell like another message underneath everything that he's trying to do. And then other times, there's something else going on at play, along with that deeper message he's trying to do. Now, like I say, I thought it was good, the movie could have been better. Some of his previous movies were definitely there were some jumpiness going on in other movies he had, but not as much as this one was. And then I just felt like in some ways like there were just some parts I still couldn't fully really understand, other than the fact that like when they were talking about the whole inverse, it was like, it's all about having that gut feeling when you are getting close to that item that was literally inversed type of item. So overall, it definitely was like, for the time I was there, it was entertaining. But would I recommend other people to go and watch again, or to go watch it if just for the first time? If it's like I say, if it's safe, if it's if for what community you're living in, if it's not as bad out there for you, then yeah, it could be worth it. But I feel like for the most people, for people who are who are die-hard movie fans, yeah, I would say you should go and at least check it out. But I would say for the mass majority of people, probably just be better. You'd be better off just waiting until it hits DVD or stream to watch it, because it was it wasn't as good as it could have been. To me, it wasn't. To me, I if I had to give a rating on this movie, I would probably give it a C+ at best. I don't think it was oh my god, or there were a lot of good parts. There were things that it did right, but then there were things that it didn't really do right. Now, mind you, this is the first video of it, so there will be a second video that follows up on it that was going to be, even more details on it. But if you guys like what you saw here, please like, subscribe, and if you have any comments or anything you want to add into the comment section, feel free to add it. I like any positive or negative or any comments at this moment. But yeah, until then, guys, I'll see you next time. Pow.